When I walk up in the club and sing, everybody want to know my name. Yeah, here comes the glass road. Yeah, here comes the glass road.
Last night, I read the World Health Organization's guidelines on genomic sequencing of SARS-CoV-2 because I wanted to figure out what are the problems with sequencing genes? Why does it take so long to sequence genes? What are the issues here? Because I recognize at this point that we are going to see new mutations, and if we're going to see new mutations, then what we need to do is find the new mutations so that vaccines can be developed quick. Because what do we know? According to according to virus experts, we know that COVID-19 is a permanent issue, and that we're going to have to get vaccinated every year, and that when it mutates, we have to have a new vaccine developed right away because the mutations are going to get around COVID-19. And so I was like, well, how can we sequence more genomic sequences? And what I learned is that there are different ways of sequencing the data. I think there are 4 different main ways. And the best way to do it requires a massive amount of server space. So it's a computer problem. It can be up to 600, I'm pretty sure it can take up to 600 gigabytes of storage to sequence the data, which means that you actually have to crunch the numbers on 600 gigabytes of data. But crunching the numbers isn't the only problem. You need what they're called phylogenetic experts to analyze the data. And there are only so many phylogenetic experts. So we've got 2 problems. We've got the computer storage problem, which, by the way, what's probably the number one thing that computers do? Like, I'm talking about massive supercomputers. They try to crack people's passwords. They're used by governments, massive server farms, going through all the possible variations of your password to try to hack your passwords to help people spy on people. That's my opinion. Probably the real number one use of server space is video, like watching Netflix and stuff like that. That's definitely the number one use of bandwidth, the data sent over a wire. Like, so the majority of data sent over the wire is through video. I'm getting sidetracked, but what I'm actually here to talk about today is how I think that Joe Biden should hire me. I want to create a phylogenetic training program for, I want to get together with, just lend me 2 scientists, 2 phylogenetic experts, and I need like probably 20 biologists or people that understand genetics pretty well. But I understand that those people need to spend their time because after the data is sequenced, what happens? They give it to someone, and you have to have a very well-trained expert analyzing the data. So it's not just we got the data, now we can go sequence the genes, now we're good, we took care of it. What actually happens is you have to go send it to someone that can look at the data. It's kind of like looking at computer code for a virus. It's not that simple. You have to have someone that actually knows what they're doing. And so we need more people that know what they're doing, because the problem is we don't have enough people working in that field. So I want to develop an online education program. But it's not just one program, it's multiple programs that are all part of the specialty that trains people that already have a science background in how to do phylogenetic analysis. And that way we can have more people that are doing this, because I think, number 1, we need to have more servers working on this. Number 2, we need to have more scientists analyzing the data. And because if we don't catch these new variants quick, we're not going to have people working on new vaccines quick. And so that's what this is all about. It's making sure that we have enough people working on doing phylogenetic analysis. So I volunteer. You can hire me. I know that, I know I'm not an expert. When I was reading through the genomic sequencing paper last night, which I skimmed a lot of it, I recognize that I don't actually know about this stuff, but I'm good at making video entertaining. And I need some people from Hollywood. I need some special effects experts to come join me too, because we need to develop the greatest online education program of all time on phylogenetic analysis, which phylogenetic means like the study of like the evolution of viruses, I think, or evolution of genes probably. I think it's the evolution of genes in general, but viruses have evolution. So when they found this new variant of COVID-19 in the Philippines, it actually was descended from the Brazilian variant, and that's why like it was kind of a easier to catch than other ones. But it's still like you have to understand when they find a virus like that in the Philippines, I'm sure the people in the Philippines are like, we did it, we found one, yes, because the reality is it's actually hard to find them. It's like trying to find a virus in the computer code, and there aren't as like I don't think people understand what that means. Like when especially when you're looking at assembly language, it's so freaking hard to see what's happening in the code. And even if you can see the code, sometimes like getting you have to be a very specialized person to find viruses. That's why they use software to do it. And that's why, in my opinion, we need all these computer hackers, or like probably half the computer hackers working for the government. We need to train them in phylogenetic analysis. So if we can take these computer hackers that are really good at looking at patterns and stuff like that, and we can turn them into people that find actual viruses in genetic sequences, I think that would be a good thing, because we need to cross-train people. We need to train people from different industries. I mean, seriously, I could become a phylogenetic analysis person. I don't know what they're actually called. A phylogenetic analyst. I don't know what they're called. It's someone that looks at the sequences of genes and figures out what's wrong. Because right now, the biggest problem we have is we don't have enough manpower. We can throw money at it, which is what Congress is going to do. We've already given so much money to it. Wow, you spent money. Sometimes money doesn't buy what you need. You need people. You need trained experts. And so a lot of the time people think that throwing money at problems solves problems. It doesn't. You need people that are trained, and that's why I want to create an online education program that's awesome. That's it. I hope you guys have a good day.